There we go. Sheesh. Okay. Freeloader is playing freaking Subash. Let's go. With a Capelia. I'm just gonna make sure creative must have got tied up. When I go to reserve from the expedition zone, so reserve from the expedition zone, you may play me for free and I gain a sleep. Very nice. At dusk, you have target character other than me lose fleeting. Very nice, Capelia. I like Capellias that do this. Yeah, I have not. Axiom is by far the faction I've played the least, which is funny to say because I hate Ortis, but I've played more Ortis than Axiom. Your Capellia is better. Ooh, looking forward to seeing it. Chile is heading back into Siggy territory. Darn. I think creative got tied up. Unfortunate. See some Axiom cooking tonight? Hell yeah. People want it. People been asking for it. One Lego Capelia and a new Kickstarter box to open. Let us know how it goes. Let me know if the music is too loud or anything is off with the levels. Seems like oh no, my mic's fine. In reality, I'm from the French Axiom community called La Ruche. Hey, my headset just died. What? It's been plugged in all day. Um, what's up, Shingao? Nice to see you. Yeah, I just can't hear any of the music or anything. My headset turned off. We build a lot in this set, and now I think we're ready for qualifiers. That's dope. Hopefully, your combined effort will increase the percentages of Axiom. Freeloader is also putting work into Chile, which we haven't really gotten a minute to appreciate yet. Oh shit, my next match should actually be up. Whoops. Sorry, Victor. No, Victor, you can't no show too. No, come on, you guys. Where'd everybody go? Yeah, this week does count for Adventure Pass. After round one. Oh, okay, cool. He showed up. Okay. All right. This will be my one and only game where I get smoked. If it's anything like Pandy says, I'll be able to beat Victor Mata though. Uh Vacation's always getting in the way. Well, as long as I can keep bugging Julio, it should be every week. Two Iron Chains, welcome in. Glad to hear it's your first tournament. It's a very good tournament to get started in my opinion, because if you lose your first game, you don't have to play like six others if you don't want to. That's it. You're just done. Even if you make it through the entire tournament, they're usually under 2 hours long, which is also nice. Yeah, El Wee Wee is a fan favorite. He's usually participating and very nice. This is a hard decision. Oh, nice. Yeah, you have to be on time or it'll drop you. Um, if you've never played in a tournament, some person made a quick guide to tournaments. Um, I can share it here in the chat in a moment. This is my protest playlist. Am I gonna get in trouble for playing it? Uh, yeah, this I figured this would be kind of awkward, but I have to keep up the pace. YouTube. I hate playing an Ala without an anchor, but it worked, I think, to stay in the game. But I really only play in my own tournament so I can help increase the numbers. If we ever got to the cap, I would just drop out and let someone else join. So, we don't want floor in our hand most commonly. I'm on a casual draw 14 cards turn. What the hell? Yeah, I think I did put myself in a really awkward position here, though. Trace doesn't have magical training. How can I survive? If you are new to tournaments, you could watch this video by some weird guy. Covers a lot of things people ask questions about a lot. Oh, Victor, why you do me like this? My reserve is gonna be so incredibly overloaded. Yeah, one of the good things to know about a single elimination tournament is you don't have to wait for rounds. devastating. Um, Once your match is over, it should move on to the next unless you are waiting on an opponent. But it's not like 30 minutes, you know. This is also kind of a deck that I haven't spent too much time perfecting yet, so gotta wait two matches on my end. Yeah. What's up, Arleia? It's been a while, I feel like. So my Moona Druid is going to be exhausted. Hmm. Do I do a switcheroo? I'm gonna try to do a switcheroo. I'm crazy. You don't know what I'm gonna do. I play you next round if you win. Victor Mata's probably gonna win, which you should be more scared of. uh, Phil fell a bit out of love with Altered, seeing so many Aphonuses for yet another set. Yeah, so there were a lot yesterday in AWOL too. Weirdly enough, I think if you look at it by the numbers, um, there are actually less Aphanus players in the North American time tournaments. You're gonna let me block you on one side. I don't get a move though. NA has less competitive players, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's kind of a numbers game, right? Yeah, kind of along the lines of what Keelan Guy is saying. I feel like we have a handful of pretty heavy hitters in America, um, but a lot of us have no chance to play in the EU centered tournaments. I have a pretty good turn here with this Cone Man. Uh, Here I was thinking that you were the only person who I was sure had a sweet build. NA will win Worlds, I believe. As long as all the Canadians don't come down and snipe the qualifier spots. Ooh, what do you got here? When another non-token character joins your expeditions, if you control a token, sheesh, sheesh. Fuck that noise, man. Is it in my expedition? It is in my expedition. Um, I have to contest there anyways. My Tasia list is pretty much done. Ooh. Oh, is that the Loki Tasia? But the Loki is the only counter to the hunger. Here now as well, a little late because I was lulled by some banger music. Well, now you can listen to this song. Fuck, I'm so stupid. I'm too distracted. I forget that Swarm is 4 cost. The names of players are a little off. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this game and then I won't have to adjust it. Doing my part in getting the Subash win rate closer to 50%. Nice. Yeah, the problem is when you're playing, it's different than when you're spectating. I think resource wise and that screw up, there's no way I can recover. Freeloader versus Rune. We've had a couple team games today. I think Freeloader knocked out Chili, right? Oh, what a throwback. Put it in the palm of my hand. Jep. Oh, can I survive in this for a little bit? It's okay. I'm supposed to lose so that I can go show you guys all the other games. Don't you let me down. I'm not even gonna be able to use this cone man to its full potential. All right, I just shared the adventure pass link in the tournament chat. I guess there's some kind of issue right now where people don't always have access to the tournament chat. So let me know if that is the case for you. Got rid of my cone man. That means you're not scared of Jack Frost, probably because you can put the rune scribe out and not care about the Ortis spy. But I may as well play. Man, I'm in a pickle here. Love some Kenny Hoopla. Two cards. My lack of water is what's gonna kill me. But can we go to the arena? This freaking thing right here, though. I think my best hope is arena, honestly. And I don't have any setup for arena. Sheesh. Can I survive this? It all depends on what this last card is. If it's basically anything with um more than one forest, I'm cooked. Oh wait, no, I'm cooked either way because Victor's gonna get a double move. Fucking frog. And I'm only gonna get one move. Unfortunate. Doom 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 doom. All right, now the timing thing will adjust itself. All right. Ooh, we have Freeloader versus Runefolk. Let's see who's going to take out who here. Man, fuck them kids. Alright, avenge me. You must take down the Siggy. Mm, 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 mm. We'll also pull up a second game because Runefolk is up to his normal hijinks here. All right, what else do we have? That's an interesting little bug there. All right, we got Keelan guy as well. We'll pull up Bria Danwater. The Subash got stats though. Look at that Fen reserve. Properly hostaged my last opponent. Don't you guys know that hostage is banned in Ace? I'm just drawing cards, not hostaging. Well, just a bit. Anansi versus Anansi, Fen versus Fen. We have a 1-for-1. Both sides have a Tech Lab unit. Ooh, Silken Crown has an Eat Me energy bar. Very interesting. A bunch of twinkles and magical trainings and stuff for Keelan. No unique seen on the board yet. Do you have enough cards in your reserve there, Sir Keelan? All right, Subash is still ahead. We see a Towns Square, an Isatok. Yeah, definitely not hostaging over here. Oh, what is this? Is this a draw 3 Quetzalcoatl? I actually watched a video about how to properly pronounce Quetz's name. I do not remember it well enough right now to do it off the top of my head. All right, we have Vikron on Subash as well, and Bria Danwater on Atsadi. Is Atsadi the new Kojo? People are asking. Subash winning over here currently as well. Even oh, the hunger is what's resolving now. So 2 mana for the Subash, 4 for Atsadi. Not gonna be a very good turn for Subash. Definitely some ramp being had here. And there's the chocolate bar to get the double move. So far, everyone I asked was able to access the tournament chat and see the adventure pass. I'm wondering if it's currently bugging out or breaking when the tournament has too many players. Is this going to be a double gigantic hunger? Oh, no, of course, the Sakabaru. Of course, it's the Sakarabaru. That don't work, no? It should. Why wouldn't it, is the question. Looking at it on face value, let's see. Let's pull up the comprehensive rules for gigantic. I don't think there is any reason that it wouldn't based on the comprehensive rules. So next we would check the card text. I would think that if you played the hunger when it was fleeting into a chocolate bar, it would be similar to if you played a gigantic character in arena. I forget it's not called chocolate bar. No card clarifications around it either. Hello, Chili. You got destroyed by Freeloader? Unfortunate. Am I the only one whose adventure pass is seemingly bugged? It's saying staying at one even though I have five. No, you are not the only one. They are delayed. Um, I'm actually also working. Dang, this hot Saudi really turned the game around with that Sakurabru. I'm working on help getting answers more frequently in the Discord. and seeing if we can work through a system for that. But yeah, um there's been some changes at the company that I think are causing delays. It's an easier matchup with Navenka. You think Navenka can take on Atsadi? Let's check in on this game. Ooh, looks like the game has evened up. These decks are really similar but also different at the same time. Love seeing a merry reunion. Other than that, Keelan Guy's deck is pretty traditional. The Hatter is maybe a little out of tradition for current Fen iterations, but I think people are kind of split 50-50 on that and whether Aloe is still good. We had a conversation the other night about if Lyra Contortionist is good in itself or Tech Lab is really just way way better all around and Contortionist debate is up. So very interesting neck and neck there. You failed. No worries. Oh, it looks like Runefolk Warud Freeloader. Sheesh. Yeah, it is Victor Mata. I am very surprised that I stayed in the game decently. I think even if I didn't make my one mistake, I still would have lost, but unfortunate mistake I made. All right, Bria Danwater on Atsadi takes it down. So now we're here on the Keelan guy match. All right, now that we have a second, let's see if our question has been answered in Discord. So, gigantic character eat me. Hmm. Huh. I feel like maybe there's an easy answer and I just don't know it off the top of my head because I don't see a discussion about it. Jack Frost is pretty goaded. What's up, Salmon? Do we have the potential? Oh, shoot. Keelan Guy has shuffled his discard. Ooh, a Man in the Maze was played as well. Wee beat my Arak, but that was probably the closest game I've had against him, so I'll take it. Hell yeah. We take those. Ooh. Keelan Guy absolutely has a way to win this right here now. The mana spent from Silken Crown is not going to relate to as many stats. Good job, Keelan Guy. Some say he is retired, but maybe this is his Brad Pitt moment. All right, let's see what Erleia is cooking. Yeah, Adventure Pass is definitely delayed right now. The real merry reunion is between me and playing Altered. Dad, says Altered. All right, Erleia's got a stage Nevenka here. Also the contortionist. I'm guessing the inclusion of contortionists in lists is basically just saying having more than two cards in reserve is always good, even if the card's stats are not very good. But the question is, will the contortionist remain, or will it get switched for something else? Yeah, the good thing about the Adventure Pass is all of the data should be there, and I believe they've said as such. It's just the update is delayed. It's not like those are lost. The Navenka is currently winning, but this Atsadi is going to get into very scary territory here. There's the hunger. Although this is gonna be a 1-for-1 still. Ooh, what you got? You may discard target character with hand cost 4 or more, but was only able to roll a 2. Very unfortunate. That would have been a very clutch turn if that happened. Where are we at in the tournament specifically? So we got Potatoes game in round 3, and then we'll be on round 4 here shortly after a couple of these games. And then just 5 and 6. So making pretty good time. Sakurabru, man. Dirty. When you roll one or more dice, you may target character other than me lose fleeting. And when you roll a die, when you play from a hand, roll a die 4 plus resupply. Dang, these two together though, very nice combo. All right, yeah, I think creative I think creative's got me there with the simple reason that it doesn't work that way, because Eat Me Energy Bar is giving the character gigantic. So you can't have gigantic twice. That makes sense. Bria one. That though these two uniques together though are very cool. The of the night. Yeah, so I'll repeat it for the people that were caught in the ad. It was just a little stupid thing I wasn't considering off the top of my head. A character can't gain gigantic twice, and that's why um, a hunger fleeting into an energy bar wouldn't work the same as a gigantic character in arena. Is top 8 going into 39 cards? I did top 4 last time. I feel like we, as a society, need to decide how many players warrant a top 8 versus a top 4. This event was 10, 12 more players than last week, so and even though I cut it to top 4 last week, it still gave me my Navenka result. This turn is looking pretty good setup for Potato. Top 4 in general makes sense to me. What's up, Watch Wolf? Yeah, we usually base it on player turnout in some regard. Tom and I were having this discussion a bit ago. Let me go back to what we said. I guess the conversation was more about 4 and 2 versus 5 and 1. So Ace is kind of a unique tournament. Top 4 for Ace. I should have borrowed you uniques for this. The draw is so important. Yeah, I think if it was a full 64 players, top 8 would make a little more sense. I think this is still looking pretty good for Potato, though. Staff Clerk is really good against Traced normally. This Traced is very interesting so far. I wonder if trying to disrupt this type of Waru is the good move or it comes back around. Waru is in a losing spot here. Thank you for spreading the good word. Yeah, I just more so meant that Potato is not like out, you know? Like it's not looking too bad setup wise. Because I mean, if you look at it, Traced isn't at 5 counters yet. And they're both equal on card advantage. The staff clerk is now sitting there um, when there are actual cards here in Traced's reserve. All right, here we go. This is a perfect moment. All right, you got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes to answer the poll. Oh, I should have done a bet. It's okay. Poll works. When a robot joins your expeditions, you may return a card from your reserve to your hand. Very good. Yeah, Coppelias are nice. It's a bug fix loop. Ah, all right. Interesting. I don't know if I've seen this quite yet. Let me read it. You may spend one counter from a card you control. Oh shit. Damn. All right. Nobody's voted yet, but now I feel like the vote is skewed after seeing this. Very, very interesting. Sheesh. It's wild. Still has to get rid of a card. I lose this no card draw. Yeah, now that we see the bug fix possibility here. Oh, the celebration day. Well, that turn's going nowhere. So let's take a look at what else we got. Rune Folk is waiting on this game. We can check the end of Victor Mata against Bria Danwater. Previously a pretty prolific Kojo player. Now seeing some Atsadi play. Even with the Sakurabru out, this turn looks pretty good for Victor Mata here. Fat hit. Told you that my Copelia was better. If only we knew. It is pretty insane. Oh man. Do you have something to get rid of the chocolate? Because this is where it's gonna be. This is the clutch moment. Don't do it. Finally got my counsel. It's never too late. I need some better hell day. This gives me an idea for a meme, and I have not made um an altered meme in a while. Bam, 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 bam. No. No removal for the chocolate bar. All right, let's check in on Potato's game. Yeah, I was talking about it. Where was I talking about it? It had to have been on stream last night, right? And I was saying I think that combo is the worst feeling combo in all of Altered. Like, small step in certain circumstances didn't feel awesome. Robin Hood, in a few cases, didn't feel awesome. But I don't think anything feels as horrible as Sakurabru double pushback. GG, 5 more bugs. What is this? Waru is back. Hey, what's up, Norino? Salut. Comment tu t'appelles? Je suis désolé. Terrible français. Yep, we're seeing how that's going. All right. Still keeping it neck and neck here with the Sakurabru. Honestly, this endless bug fix loop kind of makes me want to quit the game. Uh, this still amuses me so much. To me, Sakurabru combo feels like probably the most fair combo in the game. What is the most unfair combo to you in the game currently? Yes, the link is in the tournament chat. If you can please go to the tournament page and go to chat with participants. And if you don't see it, hit load previous messages and let me know if you can see it or not. I mean, it depends on what you consider to be strong or not. Looks like Bria Danwater is going to take this one down. Very well fought by Victor Mata, staying toe to toe with all of those Sokarabrus. Cool, no worries. I think that kind of confirms my theory that the issue we have in other tournaments is due to when a tournament gets over a certain amount of players, the tournament chat like breaks. So far, no one has had an issue um, this game or this tournament. Turn one field reinforcement, says Siggy. Oh, hello, Keelan guy. Oh, Boston, you're gonna run out of time. I think the Axiom resupply loop is probably power level up there. Tasia Perma Anchor is the most free to run, changing with Hunger now. And Magical Training Loops, not exactly one combo, seem pretty more unfair to me. So I guess it's a difference of a unfair versus I don't think I used the word unfair. If I did, it slipped in there. But I think that the Sakurabru combo feels the worst to get hit with. Not that it's unfair or too strong. I think it just hurts the most. Otter Loop is kind of a lot. Yeah, I think why I would place Sakurabru above both of those mentioned is because at least over the past week, we have seen the Sakura Brew Eat Me Energy Bar combo at least 10 times more than the other ones. Um, I've played against it multiple times. I've cast it in every tournament in the last week. So, yeah. Look at this reserve, though. Keelan guy, I would say, is a very good player at being behind and not worrying about it. I think when he used to play Afanis a lot, you would see pretty commonly a situation like this where on the tumult he might be behind, but doesn't really mean anything. I hate poor people confirmed, only unique combos allowed. I do have the opinion that all uniques are a good unique. I also still don't think that anchor uniques are that big of a problem in general, but hey, Gimmick Wolf, thank you for subscribing with Prime. Welcome to Altered Corner and also my personal forest. That reserve, yeah. um, I also generally take things from a standpoint of how often they happen, which may not be correct, but I think it's very rare that we see perma anchor uniques that are extremely strong and destructive. Like, I know there's a player that's been playing in the past week or so that has a really nutty setup with Tasia, but I don't know who it is at the top of my head, and I haven't played them or cast their game yet. Before that, I think there was maybe one other player that had a wild setup. And even then, I think the conversion rate of Tasia, if anchor uniques were such a problem, would be a lot higher. When I gain a sleep, target character gains one boost in fleeting. If you have two or more cards in reserve, up to one target character gains a sleep. Nice. At dusk, you may return a card other than me from your reserve to your hand. There are about 2.5 minutes left in this game, and with these reserves, it might just go to time. All right, I made my meme. Easy clap. It's amusing to me with Tasia players. I have another snooze on the ad. Amusing to me with Tasia players at the moment, since the way they feel about hunger is how many players felt about Tasia deck for all of Trial by Frost, which is poetic to me. Trial by Frost Tasia conversion rate was really high, and there's the win to Keelan guy for the time. especially given it's the most commonly played hero by newbies. Um, was her conversion rate that high in Trial by Frost though? Depends, I guess, on where you look at it. If you look at the Tumult champs, definitely not the case. All right, let's see. Insane versus Runefolk. I don't complain about the hunger though. I think the hunger's cool. It just means that in one of my Tasia decks, I now have a Loki. That was so sad. Sad that you won on time because you wanted to win for real. I think I had it, but it was so close. Well, you got the win. This match should be pretty wild. Can Runefolk keep Insane from winning right here? Yeah, yeah, for sure. I don't like Sakura Brew combo, but Hunger is it's just kind of cool. This post brought to you by Atsadi Gang. Also, if you are subbed to the Twitch channel, if you have your Twitch and your Discord connected, you should gain access to the VIP section in Altered Corner. Right now, there's not a lot of extra things, and it's not like the Discord is super poppin' to where I won't be able to answer, but it's there. And the more people that end up in the Discord, the more focused of a section it will be. When an opponent draws one or more cards or does resupply, create 2 recruit tokens in my expedition. At dusk, draw 3 cards. Is this a good enough counter to this deck right now? I think by the looks of it, Runefolk has this for another day or two. So I'm going to take this opportunity to go to the bathroom real quick. Oh, yeah, yeah, agreed. Um, yeah, ads. I snoozed them as long as I could. Uh, Runefolk is saying that he slept the wrong cards. I gotta remember to keep talking even through the ads, because there are more people sub now, and the VOD doesn't have the ad breaks in it. When another character joins your expeditions, if you control two or more landmarks, draw a card. Hmm. From reserve, you may have target character other than me lose fleeting and gain a boost. When a robot joins your expeditions, you may return a card from your reserve. So basically, all three uniques in this deck are capable of doing the bug fix, which is just setting you up for more success here. Runefolk, I feel like we could find you a better Isatok, right? Or is the market just not very good for Isatoks? And when it was, they were all too expensive. Better Isatok? Oh, never mind. I read it wrong. Sorry. I did read it wrong. I thought for some reason it was just one card draw, but it's when a character joins your expeditions. That makes sense. I have several Isatok uniques, but I don't think any were good. I'm sure that Runefolk would like to take a look at them. I actually don't know all of the unique setup here for Runefolk. I just know the Quets and the Isatok now. Yeah, I just read it too fast. I was like, you have to have two or more landmarks and you draw a card? But I mean, technically, it could be better. Last Isatok is the same, just 7/6 mana. Why am I bad at my own deck? You got too much in your head. But also, we're just all having fun. All right, all of the marbles in Keelan guy. We've missed some of this game, but all of the marbles is on Basira now after winning back to back top placements on Fen, winning multiple in person tournaments on Fen. maybe regretting switching to Basira when Keelan Guy Fen is in the mix. Let's take a look at the market. I'm sure there are actually not better Isitoks now that I actually know how to read. But I just want to see what it looks like these days. Dang, there are 319. Price ascending. Oh, here we go. Here's a better one. It's only $2.30. When it other your other expedition and the expedition facing it can't move forward for 7 mana from hand. It's way better. That's funny. A lot of the lower price Isitok uniques are just Isitok. I think I would have to use Tom's tool to look at them better. So, ooh, this turn looks like it could hypothetically go either way, but this sleight of hand being in reserve, which is about to get exhausted. I think just because of sheer resources, though, there should be a way for Keelan to get out of it here. Hmm. Doing a little bit of double insurance. Ooh. The chocolate bar. What you doing here, Keelan? Oh, what did you win on? Oh, you won by 1 mountain. Ah, I see. So many things to look at, so little time. Yeah, the martingale putting it over the top. Nice. So we did not look at this Fiore very close. If I have one or more boosts, I am eternal. I lose one boost at night. Yeah, yeah. If you control one or more landmarks, I gain 2 boosts and fleeting. How much did that cost? 4-4. Pretty good. Um, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? Ah, Zoa took out El Wee Wee. All right, we have not seen Zoa yet, so we'll go over to the Zoa game. Hey. Ooh, Zoa's playing Lindaway. Nice. Removalist Fen doing well so far. Good job. You have potential to get your win and then right off into the sunset again. Music always be slapping. I listen to a lot of the same stuff when on stream. There's a Isatok that from hand, if you control one or more landmarks, you draw 3 cards. 6 mana from hand. One aloe asleep, one aloe anchored. Lindaway is going to pay for the maw and immediately sacrifice the studious disciple. Does block Keelan guy here on the companion side and is able to pull out a move. Mm-mm-mm. All the casting I'm doing this week, I feel like my throat's gonna be dead. Why are there so many freaking Isatoks that just draw cards? Like, what the hell? Dang, if you look at the Isotox that are currently on the market, if ones at this level actually sell, that would put the ones that Runefolk is playing easily over $200 each. Someone is trying to sell one that's just from hand. If you have 8 or more mana orbs, draw a card. That ain't it though. There is one when it's played from anywhere. If you control 2 or more landmarks, you draw 3 cards. Got my Isotox for 40 squid each. Seems like it's a pretty good deal. I'd have to look at the search a different way to see potentially if one of these high dollar ones sold. It's getting late. Means me sleepy. All right. Pretty good one here. Ooh, this is gonna be a pretty good turn, yeah. Unfortunately, the Lindaway is going to get another move here. But the setup, getting that aloe out, very good. From Fen, we have not seen any tech lab units yet. The Studious Disciple maybe just going to be used for its support action. Has pretty good stats from reserve, though. It just does not do its ability from reserve. Gonna use it as stats, for now at least. Kind of a little bit of an after you as well. We're gonna see this Poor studious disciple get eaten. Goodbye. All right, let's give you a tournament update. Oh no, the aloe's gonna go bye bye. Ooh, this is kind of scary. Should be fine on the hero side. What would be best? Two Anansi's in hand there? Alright, it looks like Insane was able to take out the Briadan water at Sadi. So the winner of this match will have to go up against the Bug Army. I try. Nice clutch move. The Martingale coming in again. We love to see it. Keeping the Fen in the game here. Time for Axiom to shine. That's my list for the French qualifier. In Lille. I'm not even sure if that's exactly how you say it. Game versus Saudi was really intense. I can imagine. Um yeah, I'm gonna try to see about doing some English casting for it. Bring my A game. Ace is kind of like my B game. We just get to chill, not be as buttoned up. Oh, another tech lab unit. Are you searching for a way out of this game here? That's GG's, right? No. Keelan guy. Top 4 though, I believe. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, I think Lindaway has no chance going up against this next deck. We will see though. Fuck. Trying to get into the game currently. Still loading up. All right. Bon chance. Bon game. All right, here we go. Can Lindaway defeat the Bug Army? RIP Water and Lyra. Yeah, I think that is one of the main reasons I end up losing games on my Navenka deck. How many US people will end up at Worlds from the qualifier events? Two. Technically two. But you can play in any qualifier, any amount of qualifiers, anywhere. So it depends on if a American wins in any other country. Also BGA, true, true, true. So that's three more on BGA unless more than one person qualifies on BGA. Um, we don't have any more specifics yet to share about the BGA tournament. But as soon as I know anything and can share anything, you guys will know as well. Hooked is so interesting here on the first day because not only does it offset you, because Lindaway would have moved either way, but it's just kind of worth because you get a card draw. And then it just goes to reserve, use it again. Yes, there will be BGA qualifiers for Worlds. All I can confirm right now is that AWOL will be running something. No other information currently. But as I was saying, as soon as I know information and can share information, you guys will know as well. So if you're in the AWOL server or Altered Corner, you will definitely hear about it. Another hooked. Um, I think actually the other thing I can say, which is public information, is it will be across three different ish time zones. Um, so North American centered time zone, Europe centered time zone, and I don't know how the third will be offset. Can I reserve a spot? If I had that power. I said two in the US unless they go to like Canada or somewhere else. And then BGA qualifiers. I think Sigismar is definitely still a top deck. Um, very consistently in at least the top eight, it, if not that top 16. It just depends on what your classification of good is. I thought it was three. Yeah, no, only two in the United States. Thank you, Potato, for everything you do. It takes people to make it go around. And thank you all for coming to the stream and joining the tournament. I'm just gonna go unhinged on the music real quick because why not? Um, as I'm talking about very professional things to this song as the backing track, um, which you won't be able to prove because it doesn't go on the VOD. uh, yeah, if there were not people that were keeping Ace in interest, I probably wouldn't be doing it. So thank you as well. It's like he had a serious car crash and has been getting physical therapy and is doing pretty well. Yeah, Victor Mata made it pretty far in here. All right, this is where the game is gonna start getting more interesting and get into some decisions here. So I'll try to lock in. What another thing I can let you guys know is as long as Wookie is feeling better, on Friday we'll be recording another, as usual, episode of the podcast, and we will be talking about the update to the tournament guidelines. There are actually a couple really important things to know and be aware of in there. Obviously, if you are a hyper competitive person, those are good to read, but I know sometimes it's a lot easier to listen and absorb something than to read. Um, so yeah, we were supposed to do it over this weekend, but Wookie was sick, and then I was gonna record it and just do it with the other two on Sunday, but then I was tired, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch Love Island with my partner instead. Watch all them crash out. Okay, so we see a 1-for-1 here. Lindway is getting very close, but this is the danger territory for this deck from Insane. One license withdrawal has been removed from possibility. Card advantage is pretty high for Insane. Gift of Self gonna equal that out a little bit more, but now there is not a Ma body to catch the boosts. I think something really cool we've seen for the past couple sets with Lindaway is you don't have to use Ma to boost up from sacrifices. It's a very easy thing to eat the sacrifice itself. And here is the first unique that is going to start this bug loop. Been considering what to take to the WCQ in Baltimore. As much as I want to try to bring the most competitive deck I can and get some solid practice, I do want to try to rep Ortis if it'll be a truly viable contender. Yeah, I think Sigismar is just gonna remain a safe bet. Um, Especially in person and especially in America. I know that the Baltimore one will specifically have a lot of Canadians and some French coming since it's more to the east side than the Dallas one. So that might be something to consider. Um, I will be at the Dallas one. Don't know what I'll be doing yet exactly. um, but for that one, I know that about 40 tickets have sold so far. My bet is that we'll get around 120, 130. Baltimore, I have no way of telling. Here's the first bug fix. Oh, wait. Discards Manamar. Where did that off you go come from? And what did it hit? Was it just chilling in the reserve and I didn't notice it before? Oh man, that off you go could have had a perfect disruption. I might have missed it. Actually been feeling quite pleased with my Arok in general. Always say Arok's the most fun hero in all of Altered. Ooh, maybe that's what I should play tomorrow. I think Elio, since he made his Arok video, won't be playing it tomorrow night. So I can bring my version. Beautiful combo. Belle combo. Merci. Oh, shoot. I feel like getting rid of Off You Go going up against this is a mistake, right? Zoa is a very good player, so I'm thinking maybe they have one in hand or they have another answer, another one in hand. Just watched Elio's Arok video last night. Delightful deck. Yeah, Arok is fun. I have not watched his video yet, but I played against that deck last week. So, do I need to watch the video? The answer is yes, because I always support the homies. So, we did see the off you go on the Vanguard, but the Capelia is basically the same exact unique. I gotta assume Linda Ways is just going to get rid of these with the expeditions. Hmm. I want to see what the line is here on not using the off you go right then. Yeah, because I was gonna say I think you have to use it, right? Oh shoot, off you go doesn't discard. Dang. Yeah. Well, that unfortunately doesn't get rid of the Capelia. Damn. Does take away one of its lives essentially though. Yeah, at Dallas, I've started helping them with a stream in some regard, just giving like advice and information. Um, and when talking to them, the question came up like, "Oh, are you casting or are you judging?" And I was just like, "I don't really know yet, but I can do either." But there will be a stream, so I do not know how to say this first word, so I'm not even. I won't try my terrible French. So, unfortunately, I think there's no way out of this for Linda Way. If they are able to get rid of this Copelia, I would guess by now Insane has the third unique already in reserve. Not reserve, in hand. Do both. All right, chat. Just had to game lost this guy, but check out this awesome Tasia representation. I mean, it's technically possible. Um, my stance is if I don't judge, I'm not sure they will have enough experienced judges in the Dallas area because most of the people I know, like Elio, is very smart, knows the game very well. He's definitely gonna play. This day could be okay still. Ooh, the avalanche. Ouch. I don't think we saw that in a game before. And the GG comes out from Zoa. Congrats to Insane for taking the first. If you, I'll pause the music for this next part. If you did not know,